Welcome to the Blues Trail Revisited podcast, special Juke Joint Festival edition. It's episode 3, and I'm Ted Reed. This podcast is sponsored by the Clarksdale Tourism Commission, also known as Visit Clarksdale. This podcast is an offshoot of a film I finished this year about my return to the Mississippi Delta to rediscover the places I first encountered 50 years ago. To see the film, just go to www.bluestrailrevisited.com. It's day 3 of the 18th annual Juke Joint Festival in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and I'll be talking with musicians, food vendors, and many more. The mission is to give the world a taste of the incredibly unique experience a visit to Clarksdale is. First off, we'll be talking with Mississippi native and world traveler Hal Reed. I'm talking with Hal Reed, singer, harmonica man, and educator. He was born in the Delta, moved to Indiana, but now he's back for Juke Joint Festival. How's it going?
Oh, great, absolutely great. Fantastic festival.
Excellent. Singing and playing harp I get, but how are you working as an educator?
I wrote a blues story, or should I say a history, from the drums of Africa to hip-hop. And that entailed the gospel, jazz, rock and roll, the whole works. But we start with the drums of Africa, and we mostly go into the elementary and junior high schools. We've gone into colleges, but we're trying to focus on the younger kids and introduce them and keep them with the blues.
That's the future for sure. That's amazing. What's the name of the book? Is the book out? What's the name of the book?
No, it's From the Drums of Africa.
Okay, all right.
It's called From the Drums of Africa.
Can I get it from you? Do I have to go to Amazon? How do you get a pick? How do you get a copy?
Right now it's in print.
Okay.
Right now it's in print, and it should be out by the end of the year.
Excellent. Where can people get it when it comes out?
I would say we're probably going to handle it ourselves.
Okay.
It'd be Hal Reed Blues at yahoo.com.
Okay. So when did you commit to being a musician?
Probably 4. With my grandpa.
Yeah. Okay.
My grandpa was a Southern folk laureate in the hills of Mississippi,
Right.
and he was recorded by Alan Lomax in the 40s,
Right.
along with Sid Hempfield. So I was kind of thrown, just born into this. So and been doing it since I was, I guess, 4 years old, leading Uncle Sid around, and that was pretty much it.
Right.
I knew I was supposed to do it.
So when were you singing before you were playing harp, or which
yes.
came first?
Yes, I've been singing in church all my life.
Right.
So I started in the church. My grandma was Pentecostal, so we had to go to church. Even though we followed my grandpa around on Friday and Saturday, we had to go to church on Sunday morning.
Right.
So I started singing in church, and my father was a gospel singer, and like I said, grandma was a devout Pentecostal, so it was a natural.
Right.
And I still don't consider myself a harmonica player, but because there's so many greats out there, and I guess I play harmonica when there's a gap in the song or something.
Okay, that's the time to play, you know. Well, this is great that you're passing this on to young kids. In your opinion, what's going to keep the blues alive?
The young folks are definitely the one that's gonna keep the blues alive, and it's up to us. I personally feel like we've lost a generation, and if we don't get in there now and teach these kids what it's all about and the history of the blues and where what they love their hip hop, they love their contemporary. even contemporary gospel, Christian music. Everybody's got. I mean, everything. It came from somewhere, so we've got to teach them where it came from.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're about.
All right. Where can people find your recordings?
You can go on Facebook at Hal Reed.
Okay.
Just Hal Reed Blues, and I've got some stuff on YouTube, of course, that somebody else put on, but we're all over the place.
Good.
This last year kind of slowed us down, but it seems like this is a good kickoff to get back out there and get going.
Right. I think everybody took a hit this last year. It's taken a while for things to come back, but from the looks of things at the festival, it looks like it's definitely coming alive.
It is. Absolutely. I think Roger and the crew has done a fantastic job in bringing it back, and so we're all having a good time.
That's just great. So, you coming back next year?
If God's will, I will.
Okay.
I have actually moved about 40 miles from here, up to Batesville, Mississippi. So, I've been here for, all except last year. I've been here for 10 years. So, hopefully Roger will find it is hard to keep us going down here.
Okay. Well, I'll put in a good word. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Very good. Hal, thank you very much for talking to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, have a great rest of festival. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another returning musician is Grace Askew, who's a songwriting dynamo. Besides performing this year, she's heading a panel discussion on songwriting called Daring to Suck. I'm talking with Grace Askew, songwriter extraordinaire, recently from New Mexico, but moving back to the South. You're from Memphis, right?
I am a sixth-generation Memphis girl.
Jeez, well, how could you stand being away?
I know, it's something about that whole area pulls you back for sure.
It really does. So what are you doing at Juke Joint Festival this time?
This time I'm actually about to hit the stage for a songwriting workshop that I like to call Daring to Suck. And, teaching artists on how to approach their craft with courage and show up for themselves every single day.
That's a fairly challenging title. Daring to Suck.
Yes, it is. But I feel like it's such a relatable concept for a lot of artists. They kind of immediately get what I'm trying to say with Daring to Suck, and it kind of makes it more approachable,
Exactly. You've been writing up a storm, actually.
I have, yes, definitely.
Which is great. And I guess that's how you do it, is do it, right?
Yes. Definitely just not overthinking it, and not letting yourself get overwhelmed, which is also another thing I'm going to teach today, is how to not get overwhelmed with the creative process, which is easier said than done.
Yes.
But after, approaching my own daily songwriting challenge for the second time now, I'm on day 131.
Right.
I have some tools and little tricks that I've learned through the challenge, to help.
Oh, excellent. Okay. And you're sharing it with folks. Where are you going to be doing this?
This is in this really cool coffee shop called Meraki in downtown Clarksdale.
Excellent. All right. Well, tell me something. I mean, if it's not revealing too many of your secrets, what do you do when you're either staring at the blank screen or the blank page, and you've got something in your head that you want to get down there, but you don't know how to set it up? Do you just sort of start anyway? Just put something down and then work from there?
What I like to always teach, and I think this is the most powerful takeaway from anything and everything I've learned from creating so much, is that you have to create constraints in order to create focus in your craft. So by that I mean I use 10 random words just pulled from whatever. There's actually an app I use just called Inspire Me, and it can pop up random words. So I picked 10 random words, and that gives me a flow, a focus, something to just start with. Wow. Just starting to make connections from random bits of information, and it actually helps you move forward.
That's great. So do you write every day?
I do, yeah.
Good heavens! Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
The thing that's always interested me about songwriting is what comes first, the music or the lyrics, or does it depend?
That does. I feel like it is unique for everybody. For me, I have to have my guitar a majority of the time.
Right.
Or sometimes when I'm driving, a melody will hit or a verse. But usually, I like to write with my guitar. I kind of lean on it. Maybe that's not good to some people, but to me, it helps. To play an instrument is pretty crucial.
I think anything that works, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
Absolutely.
people like listening to running water. It just clears their brain enough to be able to let some ideas out. This is
Absolutely.
This is terrific. So you're going to do this just once, or are you going to offer the panel another time?
I would love to do this more often, for sure. Now that people are going out to things like this and going in person to events, this is a big dream of mine. That's I'm slowly building upon to have 1 or 2 week long retreats eventually. So
that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
There are a lot of musicians that come to Juke Joint Festival. It's not just fans. So
Absolutely.
Hopefully they'll all come listen to you and get some good tips.
Yeah.
And get the creativity flowing again.
That's right.
Okay. So glad you're well. Glad you're with. Oh, how's the kid?
Oh, he's good. He's a little chunker. He's a little over 1 year old now. So
okay.
Yeah.
Is he with you this weekend or?
No, my folks up in Memphis are watching him, so
Okay.
it's kind of a little weird to be without him, honestly.
Exactly. Well, something different, right?
Yes, that's right.
That's terrific. Grace, it's been great talking with you.
Thank
one
you,
last
Ted.
thing. Do you have any more music coming out?
I do. I'm playing also a gig tomorrow night here at Meraki with a guitarist out of Muscle Shoals, Desmond Smith. So that's 7 to 9 here at Meraki.
Okay, excellent. Very good. Well, you're
Yeah.
performing and coaching at the same time. That's great.
Yeah.
All right.
Trying my best.
Excellent. Grace, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, bye-bye. A Juke Joint tradition every year are the barbecue vendors, and they're a big hit with the artists and the visitors. Each pitmaster has their own specialty, and we talked with the owner of Skinny Mans BBQ, who's offering barbecue and more. So how long you been coming to Juke Joint Festival?
Well, I've been coming to the Juke Joint since I was a kid, and my favorite part about it is the food and, of course, the music.
What kind of food you're going to be serving?
Well, today we're going to be serving a little bit of everything. We're going to dip and dab with a little Southern. We're going to dip and dab with a little just authentic American food like wings. I got my own special recipe. It's a sour cream and onion sauce that I created myself that no one can get it anywhere because I created it. So I'm going to put that out here. I'm also going to have ribs and barbecue pigtails, which is my specialty, which no one else serves. And I'm also going to have seafood bags, which includes one crab leg cluster, 5 shrimp, 1 egg, potato, and sausage.
Sounds delicious. What's the most popular thing you serve?
Right now, everybody loves ribs, but last year I introduced my pigtails, and they were a big hit. So I think those and my wings, my special sauce, the sour cream and onion wings, those were a big hit. So I'm going to start with those two today.
Okay, I got a technical question. Do you cook over wood?
Yes, sir. I use pecan most of the time, pecan or oak wood, which I'm missing right now, so I'm about to go grab some. But I always use wood when I smoke my meat.
How long is the line there now?
I'm just setting up right now because I've actually set up last night, and I'm a one-man show, so I'm starting now so I could be here till probably 2 a.m.
That's a long day, but I guess it's worth it.
Yes, sir. It's worth it. I'll be here till Sunday night. It's worth it.
What kind of folks come by your place?
Well, of course, my own personal clients here, my friends, my childhood friends, my personal clients, because I do a lot of catering, public, private. I do private chef jobs as well. So a lot of my clients come, but I'm right here by the Hostel Hotel at the corner of Delta and 2nd Street, so it's a lot of tourists. We had a Hambone right up the street, so I see a lot of people from out of the country that come here, and I try to set it up like a block party so they can have the experience of the South right here with me.
Can you reveal what's in your barbecue sauce, or is that top secret?
No, it's not. I don't do very thick sauce. I always liquidate it a little bit with a little water, and I season it myself with a little bay leaf and a little bit of root beer, a little bit of lime juice, and we're in there.
Well, I'm ready to get some now.
Well, Ted, when you get here, just ask for Chef Boyardee. They know me by Chef Boyardee, so.
You going to be here for the whole weekend?
Yes, sir. I'll be here the whole weekend, so I'll be here until like 2 a.m., I say.
Well, I wish you every success. Sounds like you have something everybody wants.
Man, thanks a lot, Ted, man. Good talking to you, and thanks for having me.
Great. Likewise. Thank you.
All right. You have a blessed day, man.
One of the family-friendly attractions that keeps kids of all ages coming back year after year is the often hilarious Monkeys Riding Dogs. They're owned by animal lover Tim Leppard. I'm talking with Tim Leppard of Monkeys Riding Dogs. I'm sure your company actually has a bigger name. What is that?
Well, it's Team Ghost Riders. I never said to myself that I'm doing this by myself, and we've always made it a team. So it's called Team Ghost Riders or Wild Thing Productions.
Okay, great, very good, very good. So how many Juke Joint Festivals have you been at?
We've done this Juke Joint Festival here in this town this is, I think, our 14th year. We go up to Alaska and we do 2 up there. We're more rodeo. We do a lot of rodeos, probably about 20 to 28 baseball games a year. And then we have the NFL halftime shows. We've done 6 or 8 of those, halftime performances. Hockey, I think we've done every sporting event except swimming and tennis. We've opened up for Charlotte Motor Speedway and NASCAR, and these animals are just, who would ever thunk that Monkeys Riding the Dogs would have carried you this far?
Well, not many people do it, so I think you've got a corner in the market.
32 years.
Oh,
32
man.
years of it, yeah.
Okay. So for people who haven't seen it before,
Yes, sir.
Describe what happens. When people come to your show, what do they see?
And it goes back to my childhood days when, and I always put it in the perspective of those kids of what they're looking at and I call them the Ghost Riders, because when you look and you see them the first time, you visualize, man, I ain't believing what I'm seeing. I believe I'm seeing a little ghost, and we call them the Ghost Riders, Team Ghost Riders, and we dress. We got 3 little monkeys. We dress up like cowboys, and we change them out, vice versa. Whichever one's feeling good that day gets to go. But we'll dress them up like cowboys, and during the show, they come out, they ride. They got these specially designed saddles that we had built for Border Collie dogs, and the monkeys ride the dogs. They round up bighorn sheep. Bighorn sheep by meaning that I'm gonna say this fence is probably 5 foot tall, and we've added a more barrier to it, and these sheep are so wild. The last 2 performances yesterday, they cleared the 6 foot fence, and today they cleared it again.
Oh, wow.
Yesterday they jumped. The bed of the truck was closed on the tail. They jumped over the bed, didn't even touch it, and landed in the bed of the truck. So they're very athletic sheep. They stay on the move. The monkeys and dogs, they stay riding. They hustle when they ride, and they round up these sheep. They put them in a pen, and then when we get them put in the pen, we pull the truck to the middle of the arena, and they go up on the roof of the truck.
Wow, how fun.
We don't want to do anything easy, do we?
No, heck no, not at all. So, first of all, where do the monkeys come from?
Whenever I first started in 1977, I started with my first monkey, and I got it from South America. They were imported over here.
Right.
What's here in the United States is here. You can't anymore import, and I've been very fortunate enough, and that's what the government, the USDA, I'm under regulations with them, and that's one of the things they tell me. You have adapted to their environment, the way they live, and that's why you're raising these babies. And I've raised 7 babies, and it's worked out pretty good. We're one big happy family.
That's great. So how long does it take to train a monkey to ride a dog?
You should ask me the other question first. How long does it take to train the dog? It takes me probably about 2 to 3 years to train a dog. It takes me probably about 3 days to train a monkey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The monkeys are so smart. The hardest part about all of it is keeping the clothes on the monkeys. That's not normal for them. Actually, we had one to strip today, take his clothes off. But just, putting the clothes on the monkey and letting him ride the dog. But the monkey, once he gets on the dog, they want to ride the dog anyway. There's so many videos out there of just monkeys riding wild pigs and just climbing on the backs of dogs and hanging on and riding. A monkey would rather ride than walk anyway. They're not dumb.
Okay.
And we just designed these saddles. They got the little bars where they have to set up. I take the monkeys off the dogs out here in front of everybody, let them know that, we don't tie them on in any way, form, or fashion. And the monkeys love riding. We give them, breakfast of the champions, we give them Pop-Tarts.
Okay. Here's your treat. That's great. Incentive.
Yeah.
So I guess the second question.
Sugar high.
Yeah, right. So I guess the second question is, what kind of dog makes the best monkey riding dog?
I do go through a lot of dogs, and people come to me all the time saying, "Hey, I have one of those border collie dogs. I'd like for you to try them and see them." I've never not given any dog a chance. Some dogs are a little more timid. Some dogs are a little more aggressive, and I have both of those here this week. I have one dog that's real timid and shy, and we're using that dog kind of to block off now to keep the sheep from jumping out. And then we have a real young dog that he's a little aggressive, and when we get control of those two things, that's when we'll start putting the saddles on the dogs and letting those guys start working. But we got to get more control of those dogs, and what they're doing, and let them get comfortable with what they're doing. The older dog, it's nothing to them dogs. It's a natural to them. They just come in there and go right at it.
That's amazing. Wow. Well, then.
It's a lot about breeding on those border collies,
I can see that. Well, sounds like it's a heck of a lot of work to put this act together. Yeah, I appreciate that you do it, and I'm sure the people that come and can't believe what they're seeing appreciate it as well. I remember last time I was there, the kids just loved it. They just lit up.
They do.
Oh, yeah, they thought it was the best thing in the world. All right, so you got a couple more shows. You're down on John Lee Hooker Lane, downtown Clarksdale.
Yes, sir.
Tim, thank you very much for your time talking to me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
Keep it up, and we'll see you at next year's Juke Joint Festival as well.
Thank you very much. God bless y'all.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
Bye. We also ran into blues royalty in the person of Robert Kimbrough Sr. He started playing the blues as part of his father's band, the late great Junior Kimbrough. We caught up with Robert at his CD release party earlier today. All right, I'm talking with Robert Kimbrough Sr. at the Juke Joint Festival in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Robert, how many of these Juke Joint Festivals have you been at?
Whoa, man, I've been at them all. I've been coming here, man, about 8 years or better.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a question. I mean, your dad, the famous Junior Kimbrough, said he called you what? Wiley Woot, or is it Willie Woot?
Wiley Woot. That's what he called.
Wiley Woot. Where did that come from?
I don't know, man. That was his nickname for me,
All right.
I guess I was a little wild there, so he called me Wiley Woo.
Okay, there you go. Well, okay. So, tell me, this is a big part of your history, your background. What is the Cotton Patch Blues style?
So the Cotton Patch Soul Blues style, this is a style that my father originally created,
Right.
with his brothers and his sister and stuff from the fields, So it's Cotton Patch Soul Blues. This is blues from the fields and stuff like that.
I understand you have a new CD out.
So the name of that CD is Pain Won't Stop. And I'm doing that CD release party today at Red's Blues Club in Clarksdale from 12 noon until like 3:30 or 4. You can get it off my website and also straight to me with a signed signature, if they want, So it's whichever way they want it. Name of the CD is Pain Won't Stop. Original Cotton Patch Soul Blues.
Okay, Robert. Thanks for talking to us. Catch you soon.
For sure, man, and hopefully, we'll link up again soon.
And that's it for this time. I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the Blues Trail Revisited podcast in partnership with Visit Clarksdale. You can watch the film that inspired this podcast by going to www.bluestrailrevisited.com. And you can find out a lot more about Clarksdale, Mississippi by going to visitclarksdale.com or download the app and check out all the cool interactive features. Next time on the Blues Trail Revisited podcast, we will be on the final day of the Juke Joint Festival. If it's Sunday and it's Juke Joint Festival, then you must be at the Cathead Delta Blues and Art Store for the mini festival on their front porch. I'm Ted Reed. Make sure to join me for a wide variety podcast and keep on bluesing. The Blues Trail Revisited podcast is produced by Ted Reed Productions. Field audio producer is Nolan Dean, and our project manager is Jamie Nice. Thanks for listening.